Okay, side 1 will have one dimple and will be placed on the top face of the cube. Remember, to create a hole or depression on a face, we need to create a sketch and then extrude from that sketch. So select the sketch button. The sketch dialog pops up. This should be familiar now. We have to select a sketch plane that we'll sketch on, so I'll select the top face of the cube. I want to view the sketch plane from above, so I'll right-click on the top face and select View Normal to Sketch Plane. Next, we'll create a circle. Select the circle button. Notice this also has a drop-down list of various circles. For now, make sure to select the center point circle option. Next, I'll just click and drag to create my circle. I'm just placing it on a random spot on the face of the cube. After finishing, notice that my cursor is still across and the circle button is still highlighted. So if I click and drag somewhere else, Onshape will start drawing another circle. We don't want this, so just press the escape button to cancel and deactivate the circle mode. Now notice that both the outline and the center point of the circle is blue. Remember, this means that they are undefined. I can click and drag the outside of the circle to resize it, or click and drag the center point of it to reposition it. First, we'll define or set the circle's size. The proper term for this is diameter. To set the diameter, remember that we use the dimension tool. So select the dimension tool and select the circle. The current dimension appears. Click again to place the dimension. We'll set the diameter to 0.1 inches. So type in 0.1 and press enter. Next, we want to position the circle on the center of the face. Now we could quickly just click and drag it to the center of the face, and because the origin happens to line up with the face center, this is easy in this case. However, this won't always be the case, so we'll go over how to properly find the center of a face. So let's hide the origin, since for instructive purposes we want to avoid using it. Remember how we hid the top, front, and right planes before? We can do the same here. Go to the feature tree, hover over origin, and click on the eye icon to the right. There we go. Our origin disappears. Next, we'll find the center of this face. Click on line and then on construction. This makes sure that any line we draw will be a construction line, meaning that we will use it to help lay out our sketch, but won't be an actual extruded feature. Hover over the top edge of the face so it is highlighted, and move to the right until an orange square appears. This means that you're at the center of this edge. Click once to start drawing the construction line. Drag it to the opposite bottom edge until that highlights. Now, in the same way, look for the orange box that indicates the center of this edge. Click again to place your segment. Now notice that if you move your mouse cursor again, the line wants to continue being drawn. Just press escape and line mode will deactivate. Now, we've just drawn a construction line, but it is also very much a center line, something we'll be using quite often. Okay, grab the circle by the center point and hover it over the center line. The line will highlight and the circle will want to snap to it. Now move it downward until the orange square at its center also appears. Release the circle. So that's it. We've placed a circle in the center of the face. That's all we need, so click the green check button to accept the sketch. Now we can create our hole. Click the extrude button. Leave solid selected since we're working with solids and not surfaces. Next, select remove since we want to remove material from our solid. For the blue input box, faces and sketch regions to extrude, select the inside of the newly sketched circle. But to get a better visual of what's going on, let's rotate our view and zoom out a little bit. Okay, so the preview is showing that the hole would go through the dice, which is definitely not what we want. Let's come back to the extrude window here. The end type is correct. We do want blind, but the depth at 1 inches is way too much. Let's try 0.1 inches. No, that's still too deep. How about something even less? We'll do 0.025. Ah, that's perfect. Okay, click the green check button to accept and exit the window. All right, we're done with our first side.